We are back on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio News Talk, 1180, 1230, KGEO, 1410 KERI, and now in Albuquerque, New Mexico on 1000 KKIM, and now in the Bay Area, Richmond, Oakland, and San Francisco Bay. So what do you think of Kelly, Mr. Clay?
I like Kelly. Kelly's doing a great job. He's been here, 16 months, I think he said?
Yeah, and that's a great organization.
Well, I used to be a consultant with them, but nobody ever wanted my services.
I can't imagine why.
I don't know. I sort of irritate clients.
You?
Yes.
I can't imagine that. Not considering what you did to our guest last week.
Usually it's the human resource person I have the most fun with.
With Johnny Carson's attorney last week.
What was the name of that book?
Johnny Carson by Henry Bushkin.
Let's move on.
Let's take a little turn here. One of my very favorite guests to have on the show, Catherine Anspach from Make-A-Wish Foundation. She's going to talk about a special event, and she brought a special friend along today. So
I did.
I'll let you introduce your friend.
My friend and the person I could not do this event without is Ken Wiggins, a battalion chief with the Bakersfield Fire Department.
Okay, so you're not the head man. You're a battalion chief, right?
No, there you go with the head man again.
I'm just the working guy.
We had the head man on last week. It was pretty funny.
No.
If you didn't hear the show, you wouldn't get the joke, but it was funny.
Okay.
So a battalion chief is somebody, Ken, who actually goes out and you're actually physically out there on the fire, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, as opposed to a chief that would be more of a
administrative
position.
Yes.
Okay, good. And what's your connection to Make-A-Wish?
Well, my granddaughter was diagnosed with leukemia 5 years ago at the age of 4. And my son, who's an engineer with the Kern County Fire Department, we both got involved. They, Make-A-Wish Foundation, sent him and his family with my granddaughter to Disney World. And having been involved with the treatment and going to see the other children in the hospitals, you can see the difference it makes in a family just to be able to get away from the trials and tribulations of such a terrible disease. And so in order to give back, we said, hey, this was a fantastic experience. It's something that every kid and their family should be able to participate in, something of that nature. So we decided that we'd put our heads together and come up with some way to raise funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And the Heroes and Helmets for Hope fundraiser is what we came up with.
Which is kind of a neat activity. It sounds like it's going to be fun. Yeah. What's the date on that, Catherine?
It's Wednesday, November 6th, and we do that midweek because we are, trying to attract people that are going to work or taking kids to school and things like that. So it's usually the traffic is real busy, and and you see the firefighters out on the streets a lot of times for maybe another thing, another type of fundraiser. But this is special because these guys are here because of Ryan, inspired by Ryan, little Ryan, who's now 9 and cancer-free and doing wonderfully.
Cancer-free?
Correct.
Wow, how'd that happen?
Well, we caught it very early, which is extremely important in any type of cancer. And she responded to the treatment very, very well. And so she went through a 5-year regimen of early chemo and radiation and then the monitoring phase. And so after 5 years, they declared her in remission.
Oh, thank God, Ken. Congratulations.
Yeah, she's
that's
a
fantastic.
wonderful little girl. She went through the whole process, as devastating as it is, just like a little trooper.
You wonder sometimes why one person in the family comes up with a disease like that and nobody else, or there's no history in the family.
No rhyme or reason. And my son, he still gets emotional about it because they were down at UCLA and they had run a series of tests and it was narrowed down to 2. And the oncologist walks to the door and introduced himself, and like he said, it felt like somebody just punched me in the stomach. His heart goes up to his throat. He gets choked up. But what that doctor said made all the difference in the world in their attitude. And he said, I'm the guy that can offer your daughter a full and complete life.
Wow. Isn't that awesome?
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
So what got you and Catherine together? How'd you find out about Make-A-Wish?
Well, through Matt, his son, Matt, and Kim, wife Kim, just came to me and said, hey, we want to do something for you guys. What can we do? And, within, maybe an hour, we're just talking about fundraisers. And he says, hey, my dad's a battalion chief at the fire department. Why don't we go down and see if he'll do it? And we had a meeting and went to Channel 17, and they were on board. And 6 weeks, we put the first one together and raised over $50,000 our first year and realized that this was a wonderful opportunity for people in the community that want to make a difference. Maybe they can only give $1. Maybe they can only give $5, but they're making a difference. And the other thing that I really love about this event is it allows other Wish children to come out. We give them little firefighter helmets, and they help us collect donations. And they ask when it is. They want to know. We don't promote them missing school, but they do come out, and at some point, and they love it. So it's so nice to see the Wish children out there helping too. So it's very special.
Sure. We're having a conversation with Catherine Anspach from Make-A-Wish Foundation and Ken Wiggins, the battalion chief for the Bakersfield Fire Department. I almost said Kern County by mistake. Sorry about that.
That would be my son.
That would be your son,
And
right?
Matt
But he's
couldn't
not
be
a
here today.
battalion.
No, he's an engineer with them.
And neither one of you is the head man.
Negative.
That's right. Okay. Now, listen, Catherine, just so you know that I do print out the stuff you sent me, okay?
That's
okay.
good.
This is the 4th annual event, right?
This is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clay, that's one more than 3 and one less than 5.
Thank you.
Okay. So, and the event's going to be Wednesday, November 6th from 7 to 2?
Exactly,
Okay.
yes.
And there's a drive-through barbecue. Talk a little bit about that, okay?
Yeah, okay, so you'll see the firefighters. I'm going to back up just a little second,
Sure.
Marty. You're going to see the city firefighters in force on the corners of Stockdale and Gosford. Okay, so they'll be out there. And then you'll see the county firefighters, again, in force, a number of them, out Olive and Knutson. We have the main site, which is 20th and L Street. They moved us down a little bit to do the remote. And that's a remote with Channel 17, and then KUZZ will be out there too. So together, that's our busy site, and our buddy Bergie, who Clay knows, does the deep pit barbecue sandwich for us. And at about 11, we have the PG&E volunteers that come out and help us with that, and we do a drive-through barbecue, and that also, raises money too. So.
Yeah, Bergie Burgermeister, he's with the California Trucking Association. He's been helping you, I guess, with several events over the years, hasn't he?
Oh, my gosh. Bergie's wonderful. Never asked for any recognition, but I give it. He's a wonderful person. He also volunteers for other nonprofits, but his soft spot is Make-A-Wish. He helps us with the car show, with the Moose Lodge puts on that car show. Pretty much I call him, I'm in a bind, he'll do it. And, of course, he's got this on his calendar. He's doing a big barbecue today, in fact. I just talked to him this morning, but he'll be there.
Well, if you need a barbecue, call Bergie.
That's right.
I mean, he can use the help, and he helps, like you said, several
So many
nonprofit organizations.
He
He even
does.
works the Kern County Fair for a nonprofit organization.
He runs that Bark booth out at Kern County Fair.
Yeah, Bark. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wonderful with that.
Now, you have helped hundreds of kids in Kern County.
We've helped hundreds of kids in Kern County and all through the valley, which is really wonderful. I mean, and to see so many of them doing well. But as many wishes that we've done, there's always more wish referrals coming in. I've got 7 that just plopped on my desk and that I probably won't be able to look at till after the event. But, the referrals come in kind of waves. They come from the doctors and the social workers or the family themselves, because no one else can refer the child. It has to be a doctor, social worker, the parents, or the wish child themselves.
Oh, the parents can
The
call?
parents can refer.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a neighbor or a friend, sometimes they have good intentions.
Sure.
But what I did have somebody call me recently, a principal from a school, and wanted to refer a child, and I said, call the doctor.
Right. Have the doctor
And
do
most
it.
of the, like UCLA Medical Center and Children's Hospital up in Madera, they know Make-A-Wish very well. They have those referral forms
Sure.
ready.
They know.
Yeah.
So, Grandpa Ken, where did your grandson go?
Granddaughter.
Or granddaughter, I'm sorry.
My
Where did your
granddaughter went to
go?
UCLA Medical Center.
No, I'm sorry. Where her wish? Where did she go?
She went to Disney World.
To Disney World. Okay.
Yeah. And I called my son in about the second day they were there, and he said they were being treated like they were rock stars.
Wow.
They get to, not only do they get to the front of the line, but they were taken behind the scenes on several of the rides and where the actors prepare and all that. So they were just ecstatic. The kids couldn't believe it. They were wide-eyed and just had such a great time.
Great. Now, Catherine, Disney World, if I remember right, is the number one choice.
Well,
for
Disney in particular.
Disney,
yeah.
right,
I mean, it could
right.
be Disneyland, Disney World, or Disney Cruises. But you have to kind of think outside the box when you're talking about it from a Make-A-Wish standpoint. An average cost of a wish is $6,000.
Wow.
Disneyland would probably be about $3,000 because everything's paid for, and they're really staying. For instance, at Disney World, where the Wiggins family stayed, it is an amazing place called Give Kids the World. And you can Google that. It's an amazing. Some of the kids don't want to give Kids the World to go to the parks because it's such a great place. And 24-hour ice cream parlor and kids just like them who are going through illnesses. And so it's a wonderful place. So they're getting a 5-day trip that's amazing with a lot of little special things added to it.
When we come back from the break, let's talk a little bit about Make-A-Wish for people that may not know that much about the organization.
Sure, I'd love that.
Okay. We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio News Talk 1180.